PNut, Louisville's new rock alternative out 105.1. It is PK, and with me, the one, the only. I got PNut here, man. What's going on, dude? You doing all right?
Yeah, not too much. It's loud. There's good catering, I've heard, and I just had a pour-over coffee with SA on a tour bus, so yeah, life is good.
I mean, that doesn't suck. That's a good way to be starting the day here at Louder Than Life. But welcome to Louisville, and I do want to say, it's going to be, I don't know, probably it's been almost a decade since I've seen you guys. It's been a long time. I am very excited for the set tonight, and it's going to be an absolute blast. I mean, everybody is already having a good time. It's a beautiful day, so it's going to be fantastic. But I do want to kind of jump right into things because, let's kind of rewind just about a year and a half ago. You said kind of taking a break from the band. And then a few months later, you're like, just kidding. So, just kidding. I mean, essentially just kidding. But, it wasn't a joke. It was like, yeah, but we'll clarify that. But tell me a little bit about how, that experience of, coming to the first decision, the second decision, and how you've been feeling ever since with all of that.
Yeah, after so many years, it was attractive to wrestle with the idea of trying something else out. And I still have that, that interest. And I think that's the same sort of thing that, gets me out of bed in the morning, is just wondering what the possibilities are, knowing that you're going to run into somebody cool in the day, especially on a day like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I just hung out with Claudio. But all those things, I wander in my mind. I don't want to be, fixed on things.
Yeah.
As much as I love consistency, and we're all creatures of habit, I want something different artistically. I really do. And then I played a few shows and that were on the schedule, and that I really wanted, I didn't want to just be like, hey, I'm done. I wouldn't do that to me, first of all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that to the audience. I certainly wouldn't do that to the band. And all those things, as a commitment, it started to weigh on me as I was watching these people come together and listen to us.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them hadn't been to a show in 10 years. Maybe someone's, it's their first show. Maybe it's their 500th show. All these things are possibilities on any given night. And I just kind of fell in love with it again, you know what I mean? And then the personal disagreements that we were having in politics just became more like back burner issues, because there's a higher purpose for us, I guess.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to let confusion and whatever misinformation on both sides be the thing that tore us apart. And I figured out that, as stupid as it sounds, that love, I love these guys, and I love the music, and I love our audience, but I love the band. I love the guys in the band, every single one of them, as family, for 100%. So I wasn't going to let a disagreement, which is what it really is, as personal and painful as it can feel, was not going to let that be the end of us. If it continues to be painful, and you need a change, you should, I think, and
yeah.
I'm not out of that world. Everything is changing no matter what, but I love this community, and I love the band, and I love the new music that we're working, and I love my idea, both of them,
yeah,
to at least try out, even in my mind, and be public about it, what it would feel like to take a long break and take a hiatus and try something else out, like play bass for the Lumineers or something like that.
I love it. And you did touch on what I was going to ask, because I mean, playing the shows and all of that, that's one thing. Touring can be a little bit grueling and everything, but it's been over 4 years since the last album now, and you just said working on some new music. So where in the stage are you guys at with working on things as far as a new album is concerned?
Yeah, this will be album number 14. It'll be out next year sometime. We're rehearsing a song to play live for these shows, which will be really fun. Something we hadn't done in at least 5 years. But I think way longer in actuality will be this, because we've played new songs before albums have come out, but we haven't played something like this early in the timeline in a really, really long time, like 20 years. So it'll be fun to see how it plays, and and thanks for spreading it around. You know what I mean? Like this will be the first we're telling people about it. So it'll be cool to, you know, have the confidence to play something that no one's ever heard is fun, and then to just be able to workshop it a little bit on stage, because we did that with songs on the Blue album, and that album came out pretty good.
Yeah, well, I feel like a festival is kind of like a perfect place to do that, because while you go into it assuming like you got a ton of fans, which obviously is going to be the case. There's definitely going to be people out there that have never seen you before, or maybe have never even heard of you before. So to be able to do something like that and get that feedback, I think that's pretty special. And I mean, you guys, with some of your shows that you headline, I mean, when it comes to like especially like 311 Day, I mean, 50 songs on a set list, like it can be a lot. 14 albums here, 14 on the way. So I do want to ask, it's one of my favorite things to ask, and I don't know if necessarily you'll have an answer for me on this one, but there's a lot to pick from. So when you think about those headlining sets, you got all the staple songs that you really always got to include, fan favorites, all of that. What's a song that you wish you could put on the set list, but it never makes the cut for whatever reason? It's never something that that just makes that final cut.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. We've done so many kind of tasty covers at 311 Days. I'd love to come and get to some of those. But like even the newer albums within the last like 10 or 15 years, it's funny to say, some of those songs I wish we could get on the set list. And that's what I've set the guys down and be like, we need to move the needle a little bit towards modernity and play some of these stereolithic songs and some of these mosaic songs, and just we put the work in. Let's do that. So I wouldn't think it'd be just one song, but I will. I'd say Galaxy. I love Galaxy. Chad wrote the riff, and it's an all essay, like rapping, kind of relentless song. So it shows a different side of us, and I love the ideas in it. So I'd say Galaxy. But we do fit it on the set list every once in a while. We just need to rehearse it before we get it on stage. We don't want to play it cold. Bands that do that are irresponsible.
I mean, sometimes that's half the fun of a festival. It's always a good time. But I'm looking forward to the set. Like I said before we started, it's been almost a decade since I've seen you guys, so I'm very excited for the set tonight. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, and we'll be on the lookout for the new song in the set. And it's like no, not tonight. Oh man. Well, we'll be on the lookout for it once it's on its way.
So selling tickets. we wouldn't be able to tell the audience about it today, because when they hear it, the show will already have happened. So
that's fair.
So I'm planting seeds, hopefully people will hear that, the people who are on the fence and maybe they're dying to hear a new song, maybe they'll have the opportunity on this tour.
All right, well, I love it. So you heard it. So go and buy tickets for any of the future shows or all of the future shows. You got space on the tour bus for a few people to just jump on. All right, perfect. But I appreciate you taking the time. Looking forward to the set. It's going to be an absolute blast, and welcome to Louder Than Life. It's going to get crazy.